PulseChain.
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 When you see some of the gas fee metrics on PulseChain, they're looking a bit scary. You're seeing some very big numbers on the beats and on the PLS swap requirements. But how high are they really? We know that Mr. Jack here has been trying to deploy multiple Zen contracts on PulseChain, and he's running out of PLS. Is this for real? Is he trolling us? Wanted to ask some friendly Hexicans to donate. So these guys have been pushing through a lot of activity on PulseChain, and some people think that it's because of this that the prices are going sky high. Not sure how long this is going to last. Here he is there. We've got Steph here asking, did Jack Levin break the PulseChain block explorer? Now these posts from a couple of days ago. I saw this when it was happening. At the moment it's not looking too bad. This part is working. Maybe it's a bit slow updating. Same with this part. This part's normally filled. It looks like it's proposed there. So things are working, but a few little problems here and there. We're seeing this posted by Steph. That was a big fee there for 42,000 PulseChain. I don't know what that was for. We're seeing Bars here who's showing another one which is 6,000 Pulse. I mean, these numbers look high, but are they really that high? Because we have to remember that the sack rate was 10,000 Pulse to $1. So on that basis, this is like 65 cents. This one's like $40, which is high, where we were expecting pennies. So 65 cents is not great, but it's not too bad. But as we say, we were expecting pennies. So let's see what Richard's got to say about this now. Gas on PulseChain is cheaper than gas on Ethereum. Lots cheaper. Why? Faster blocks, higher supply, and lower dollar value. PulseChain has 10-second blocks instead of 12-second blocks. The total supply of PulseChain is higher. The price of PLS in dollar terms is lower. I guess some folks aren't too good with math. I will help. Do you know that people can pay 500 PLS to send a token on PulseChain, but they can't pay 500 ETH on Ethereum because the supply of PLS is 1.1 million times higher? Obvious, right? Somehow not to some. So unless you're paying 1.1 million times more gas. So yeah, this is a great point, and I didn't pick up on this initially on the first day, but we were seeing some massive prices on the beats, and that's here. We'll come back to that in a second. So he's saying even if it's 1.1 million fold more PLS than ETH, which equalizes the cost as the percentage total supply. Now you have to ask yourself, do ETH and PLS have the same market cap? Which is a great point again. So you can see the gas tracker on Ethereum here. Now to do a swap, it's $35. So we were talking about, going back to Bar's post here, this is 65 cents at sack rate, and this is now $35 at 94 Gwei. So I think some of the confusion and worries were when you see the beats figure. So the beat figure here is now like 5.7 million. So that's equivalent to the Gwei figure, but you have to divide this by 1.1 million. So if you do that, if you take 5,758,388 and you divide that by 1,100,000, is that right? And then we do that. So that becomes 5. So that 5 is kind of equivalent to the 98. So you can see where we're at there. So that's roughly way smaller than a 98. So you can see that it is definitely a lot smaller, but we assume that this is going to come down dramatically through after all of these big minting transactions that Zen and others are doing. So hopefully that will come down. You can see what it's been here for the last few days. So there's a huge one there at 10 million, but it seems to be around this mark. So now what does that equate to in terms of PLS? So if we come to PLS burn, we can see the swap price is 1318. So if that 5 equates to the 5 that we saw in the calculator, equates to 98. Now if we want to do a quick calculation on the price of a swap for PulseChain, so it's $35 on Ethereum. If we go to pulseburn.com here, we can see that the current swap price in Pulse terms is $14.52. If we bring up the calculator, and at SEC rate $10,000 was 10,000 Pulse was $1. We divide that by 14.52. We get a multiple of 6.88. Now if we add that into our memory here, and we cancel everything, and then we do 1 divided by 6.88, we get a cost of 0.14. So that is 0.14, 14 cents to do a similar transaction to what is here at $35. So I think my maths is right there. So it's still very cheap, even though this figure is looking quite scary and people are not happy, because we did expect it to be a lot less in pulse terms. So it's still very cheap, but hopefully we'll get cheaper.